anyone would be attacked because of their faith, particularly a community that has been attacked for so many years, going back to obviously World War II, everything that they've come from. And this is where we are today. It's culturally, it's a major, major issue.
In the News Center, I'm Stephen Stone.
WRHI Rock Hill, W261CY Rock Hill. Good Pharmacy, Rock Hill's hometown pharmacy for over 60 years. Camden Avenue at Ebenezer Road. Straight Talk on WRHI FM 100.1 and CN2 is presented by Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax, you're with Founders. Now here's Manning Kimmel broadcasting live from Substation 2 on Cherry Road in Rock Hill with Straight Talk, selected by the South Carolina Broadcasters Association as the state's top public affairs program.
And a good afternoon. Welcome into Substation 2, Cherry Road across from Winthrop for another edition of our Straight Talk program presented by Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax, you're with Founders. Our thanks to our co-sponsor today, Anderson Griggs Investments in Old Town Rock Hill. Common sense, intelligent advice for conservative investors. You can find out more online at andersongriggs.com. And our thanks to Good Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy, Ebenezer Road at Camden Avenue in Rock Hill. Well, today we're going to learn about what goes on in the world of 4-H because we have a table full of 4-H'ers here today. Kristin Kunde is with us. She is the York County 4-H Extension Agent. She's brought with him. This is going to be an interesting part of the show, I can tell already. We got a young man by the name of Gavin Lewis who is, well, we'll just talk about him in a minute. And the lovely little Avery Smith over here. Okay, so here we are. We're going to do some introductions. Let's start with you, Kristin, if you would. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, I'm Kristin Kunde. I'm the York County 4-H agent. I've been in this role for about a year and a half now.
Took over from who?
I was a math teacher before. That's how Gavin
okay.
and I met. I was his math teacher.
Oh, jeez.
But then I was a 4-H'er as a kid, and so in Lancaster County, my mom was the 4-H agent, and so that's how I found the job and knew I would love it and have enjoyed it since then. I have 3 kids at home.
Whew.
Yes.
Jeez.
And their ages are 6, 4, and 3.
You still look like a teenager. Good for you.
Thank you.
All right. So give it the microphone, if you would, over there to Mr. Gavin Lewis. And she taught you math.
Yes, she.
Did you learn anything? No.
Actually, I failed that class, but that was not her fault.
Well, there you go. There's a sign of maturity right
there's
there.
a sign of maturity. Anyways, my name is Gavin Lewis. I am 16 years old. I'm a current junior at WRHI Academy. It's a small school in Newport. I've been in 4-H for about 2-3 years now, and I started out in leadership. And the more I got involved with 4-H, I realized I liked the side of agriculture a little more. So first thing I did agriculturally was show chickens, and that was definitely a ride, and I love it. I love it so much. And
You love showing chickens
I love showing chickens.
because of the variety of colors or what?
I like it because I can show myself off in a way too. Because I do showmanship.
This is getting better every time.
I
told
know.
you it's going to be good.
I know.
So do you call yourself Chicken Man?
I call myself the chicken master.
Chicken Master?
Yes. My first year showing chickens last year, I was a reserve grand champion for the state in Columbia. So that's definitely an achievement.
So do you raise these chickens and show them, or you just get somebody else's chickens and show them?
My first year, I didn't raise them. I actually showed Miss Kunde's chicken, which absolutely, she was amazing. I named her Betty. Betty did an amazing job. She was the best chicken out there. She's a Rhode Island Red, if anybody's wondering. And it was just an amazing year, and I absolutely loved it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get somebody else on the microphone. It makes a little more sense, okay? All right, Avery, come on up here, young lady.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about you.
So my name is Avery Smith. I'm 11 years old. I've been in 4-H for probably about 2.5 years-ish. I do a lot of horse stuff. I show horses, but I also show chickens, and I've shown my dog before.
Wow. Interesting.
Yes.
So where do you go to school?
Variety. I'm homeschooled, so my mom's my teacher.
Your mom's your teacher?
Yes.
She
Best
working out
school in
pretty
the
good?
world.
Yeah? You don't ever get tired of her?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
You're not a teenager yet. Wait till you get to be a teenager. That's what it's called. So, Kristin, tell everybody what 4-H is all about.
4-H is a positive youth development organization. So we're all about finding kids' sparks and then kind of pushing them to and developing them into good citizens and learning how to take care of themselves and contribute to society through something that they enjoy. So for Avery, it's horses. For another kid, it might be cooking or sewing. We do engineering and science. So just a lot of different options for kids, but it's all about like partnering with families to help them raise their children.
So is this like an after-school program, or is it like a club that you?
We do it in a couple different ways. I go into the schools and offer programs to classrooms, but we also have clubs that meet after school or in the community, and they'll meet like at night. We do summer camps and camps during like winter break, and so it's just got a lot of different options and something that meets everybody's need.
So your clubs, they meet different times? I mean, like once a week, twice a week? How do they do that?
Usually our clubs are monthly.
Monthly.
They have like a monthly business meeting where they're learning like the parliamentary procedures, and then sometimes they'll have outings together throughout the month, so they might see each other twice.
So how many clubs are we talking about?
I have 25 clubs in York County right now.
25 clubs in
Yes,
York
sir.
County? No
Yes,
kidding.
9 of those are after-school clubs, so they're in elementary schools. But yeah, we have a dairy club. We have, and they show dairy cows. And
Right.
then we have a shooting sports club. It's kind of like natural resources. They do fishing and wildlife identification. I have a teen council, which is all for teenagers and teaching them to be leaders in the community. We have 3 horse clubs, a dog club. I'm sure a lot of them.
So you could have multiple clubs, let's say, in one school?
You could definitely have. Right now, we just have one in every, like in the 9 elementary schools that participate, and each month they learn something different about 4-H. So, like last month they did gardening, and this month they're doing poultry. So, just each month they learn a little bit something new, and then they get exposed to the other options that are in 4-H outside of their.
So the
monthly
9
community.
elementary schools that you're in, are they all in the York School District or the Clover School District?
We have some schools in Rock Hill, York, and Clover.
Really?
Yes,
Good.
sir.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And then Clover Middle School also has an after-school club that kind of partners with the FFA. We do a lot of stuff with them.
So there's no real age restriction on this.
No, we are 5 to 18. Sorry.
5 to 18.
Yes.
And guidelines, rules. I mean, what do you have to do to be a bona fide club member?
We're kind of really open to anybody. We want to help any family, so there's not a whole lot of restrictions, but if you're kind of the ideal 4-H'er, you're committed to coming to your monthly meetings. We do community service projects, so you have to do 2 community service projects a year. And then we've got actually a recognition program, so if you're a bronze 4-H'er, you're not doing quite as much, but you can be a silver, gold, or an emerald. And so the emerald 4-H'ers are giving presentations throughout the county. They're sharing the love of 4-H while demonstrating their leadership skills.
Right. So Avery, tell me what you have been getting out of being a 4-H'er.
A lot. A whole lot. I'm learning a lot of leadership skills. Without 4-H, I probably would not be able to talk on Straight Talk and speak about 4-H or any of my other really interesting speaking engagements. I get a lot out of it. A lot of like public speaking skills, agriculture, healthy lifestyles. Like I've been to sewing camp. This year I want to go to baking camp and cooking camp. So there's a very wide range of things that you can get 4-H, and I've gotten a lot out of it.
Well, you speak very well. No doubt about that. What excites you most about 4-H?
Probably agriculture. I'm an animal person, especially with like horses and chickens. There's a lot of agriculture. Before I really got interested in 4-H, I thought it was mostly about agriculture. It's not, but there is a lot of agriculture aspects of it. Because like we've talked about, there's horses, chickens, dogs, no cats, of course.
No cats.
Goats. Let's see, we have meat goats, and we're starting dairy goats, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then dairy cows. I have bunnies, no rabbits.
So I notice you have a couple of pins
Yes, I
on
do.
your lapel. Tell me about those.
So one is for my Happy Hooves Horse Club. I'm the treasurer of the Happy Hooves Horse Club. And then the other one is just kind of more of a, I got this at 4-H sewing camp. It's kind of a, more of like a 4-H participation pin.
Right.
But these are my 4-H pins that I like.
So now, do you have a lot of other boys and girls your age in 4-H?
Yes, a lot. I have a lot of friends in 4-H, and there's a whole lot of people in 4-H. There's a lot in clubs. We have a good many kids in Happy Hooves and a good many kids in Dog Club as well. So yeah, there's a lot of kids. I personally think there's especially a lot in the junior category. I mean,
Junior would be what? Your category?
Yes, my category. So that'd be 9 to 13.
9 to 13. So how many kids are we talking about, Kristin?
Right now, we just reached 500 registered 4-H members for the county. So we're just over 500. And then we have some who participate in like summer camps, so they haven't registered just yet because they're not, summer camp hasn't come, but we'll add a few more from there too.
All right, let's spin this over here to the Chicken Man, Chicken Masters, Gavin. So how did you get into this?
It was actually Miss Kunde who invited me. When she was a teacher at our school, she was also the Beta Club person. And Mr. Shonda, who does the 4-H Pinky Leadership Conference, I don't know if you know Senator Pinky. He was the organization is known to him. Anyways, it's a week-long summer camp for leadership down in Clemson, and I got an email from Miss Kunde about it, and I was like, why not? I'll go. It'll be fun. I heard water rafting, so I was like, why not? Water rafting, and I went down, and I was like, man, and when I got home from Clemson, I was like, man, I really love this. I really love 4-H, and I want to spread it. So when I got home, I talked to the current York person, the York County 4-H agent, and I got into 4-H immediately. I mean, the same month, August, I got into it, and then I became an ambassador the same month for 4-H, state ambassador, and I just got more and more in 4-H, and that's what really sparked it, was that one camp.
So what it sounds like to me is 4-H is a lot more than just agriculture.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I learned that because I didn't when I heard of 4-H and FFA, it's all agriculture I hear. But when I actually got into 4-H, leadership was really a big thing, more than I thought, which I really appreciated.
So now you two have both talked about leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Avery talked about it. You've been talking about it. What are we learning out of 4-H? I mean, what are the programs that they have that help you become a leader?
I'd say it's not really the programs itself. It's the roles you play in the organizations. So like for teen council, I'm the president of teen council. I have to every meeting, every month, I have to go up there and speak about old business, new business, and what's going on in the county. With my poultry shows, I have to go up and I have to speak to the judge about how I know my chicken and what I do. They're just it's what you do. I'm sure Avery here, in all of her clubs, she has to speak in front of people, and communication is one big thing 4-H just teaches you, and that's one big thing you take out of 4-H is communication.
You agree with that, Avery?
Yes, definitely. I've had a lot of speaking engagements recently. So I've got this, speaking on Straight Talk, and then, let's see. I got to speak at a club meeting about poultry. I also got to speak for Kristin at one of the after-school clubs about poultry. And then I got to speak about the agriculture arena, the new agriculture arena, at a Hickory Grove community meeting. So I've had a lot of ones recently, and a lot of it is like speaking, like teaching to the county and like speaking to others.
All right.
Which I really like. I'm very happy I've been able to have these speaking engagements, but that's all because of 4-H. Again, I owe 4-H all of that.
And that's nothing. So when you go out and speak, what do you speak about? Just 4-H in general, or is there some other topic that you get into?
So I've had two speaking engagements. It kind of varies. I've had two speaking engagements about chickens. One was about the agriculture arena. This is just about 4-H in general. But yeah, it's kind of, right now I've only spoken about 4-H. I'm sure one day I'll speak about other things.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I don't have any doubt about that.
But right now it's just been 4-H.
You got a lot of it. So when you say you talk about chickens, tell me a little bit about what you would say to me about chickens, since I know nothing about chickens, except how to buy them out of the grocery store and cook them.
Jeez.
What should I know about chickens? For somebody who knows nothing about chickens.
Well, if you're going to get chickens, you should know that they're very delicate animals.
Right.
It's almost like you breathe and they die. They're really very delicate. That's a very important thing. You have to make sure that they're healthy. They can easily get a lot of diseases. They can hurt their foot, hurt their wing. Who knows what? Who knows what they'll do?
They grow very fast.
They do grow very fast. That's very true. They do grow very fast. It's like 1 week you've got these little fuzzballs, and then the next week they're turning it. They've already gone into that phase where they've got all the ugly feathers and stuff.
So can all 4-Hers tell the difference between a male chicken and a female chicken?
Yes, that's pretty simple.
Okay.
So I would say so. So a rooster, which would be a male chicken, is much larger. They look more handsome. They've got really big like combs and wattles. They've got a lot of big tail feathers. Also,
I'm just talking about when they're little chicks.
Oh, not on the chicks. That's hard on the chicks.
You got to wait for them to kind of grow up to figure out what they are?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell on the chicks. Some people have certain theories that they think about. I personally don't really have a specific theory. We just kind of have to wait and see.
Well, I tell you what, the chicken master over here, the chicken master is going to tell us exactly how we tell the difference between a male chicken, a little male chick, and a female chick. Go ahead, chicken master or chicken man.
That's a real good question. That's a real good question. Maybe I should pass it off to Kristin.
Yeah, you see, you're learning. All right, chicken master, pass it over to Kristin. Go ahead.
So there are some theories. Some people think that the male chicken's feathers, if you look at their wings, they're just like one solid line, and the females have like multiple layers to them. But I think that depends on like the breed of the chicken. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. There's also some theories on if you hold the chicken up, it's like by its shoulder neck area, and if it squirms, it's a rooster, but if it'll just lay still, it's a hen. But
so what you're telling me, nobody really knows.
You can in the factories when they are doing like the large hatcheries, they can tell, but it's not really safe for backyard people to be doing what they do with the chickens.
Okay. Well, we're going to take our mid-program break and remind everybody that you are listening to Straight Talk live from Substation 2, Cherry Road across from Winthrop, presented by Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax here with Founders. And by Anderson Griggs Investments at Old Town Rock Hill. Common sense, intelligent advice for conservative investors. You can find out more online at andersongriggs.com. And our thanks to Piedmont Medical Center, a community built on care. You can find out more about them online at piedmontmedicalcenter.com. All right, right here at Substation 2, we do not have live chickens, but we got chicken salad, we got tuna salad, we got everything you want to put on a sandwich or a salad. There's a way that we do that. Katie knows what we're going to do. At the count of three, let's tell America how it's done here at Substation 2. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, in the white letters. Let's go.
Slice, slice, slice. Garden, garden, garden.
Not bad. Back after these words.
If it's 12:30, it's Straight Talk on WRHI and CN2.
Have you ever wondered why so many people enjoy dining at Substation 2?
Food is really good, and it's a great price.
The hot meatball subs with jalapenos.
A good deal for a delicious sandwich.
I'm Charlie Ruffalo, and I guarantee you'll feel the same way after eating here at Substation 2, Cherry Road across from Winthrop.
Relax with a discounted mortgage rate from Founders Federal Credit Union without paying for discount points. For a limited time, don't pay the 1% fee and get the lower rate. And don't forget, Founders never charges for PMI or private mortgage insurance. Unlock your dream home with a great rate and a Founders expert to guide you through the home financing process. Stop by a convenient office location or apply on Founders online by May 31st to lock in your lower rate. Visit foundersfcu.com/mortgage to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Membership qualification required. Equal housing lender.
When disaster strikes, one of the most important things is getting life back to normal. A little compassion can go a long way. Paul Davis is here for you. Paul Davis is committed to handling any property damage with exceptional care because what we do is about more than property. It's about people. We have the training and expertise necessary to completely restore your property fast. For all your cleanup and restoration needs, call the experts at Paul Davis Restoration at 329-1140 or find us online at pauldavisrockill.com.
Emergency care close to home. The team at Piedmont Medical Center has the advanced training to handle your medical emergencies, and we're making it easier for you to access care every day. For non-life-threatening problems, online ER check-in is available at all our emergency room locations, meaning less waiting room time, more peace of mind. Simply visit PiedmontMedicalCenter.com, pick a time you want to be seen, and then wait at home while we hold your place. For life-threatening emergencies, call 911. Piedmont Medical Center, a community built on care.
Don't resign your retirement plan to some rule of thumb. Your own personal retirement is unique to you and your family. Give our common sense investing approach a shot. Anderson Griggs Investments, a genuine money manager right here in Rock Hill. 324-5044 or online at andersongriggs.com.
There are lots of reasons why people like dining at Substation 2.
I like the friendly service, and I like that the meat's fresh and the food tastes good. They slice the meat right there in front of you.
Man, it's just utterly delicious.
I'm Charlie Ruffalo, and I guarantee you'll feel the same way after eating here at Substation 2, Cherry Road across from Winthrop.
Straight Talk on WRHI FM 100.1 and CN2 is brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax, you're with Founders.
And back we are here at Substation 2, Cherry Road across from Winthrop. Table surrounded by a bunch of 4-H'ers. Kristin Kunde, the York County 4-H Extension Agent, is with us today. She has brought along with her a man who is known as Chicken Master, but his real name is Gavin Lewis. I keep calling him Chicken Man. And then a very delightful young lady by the name of Avery Smith. Okay, so we're learning about 4-H. We could talk for 4 hours about 4-H. You're into all kinds of stuff. But I'm wondering if you all are involved with, well, I guess it's a political issue that's been going on in York County for as long as I can remember, which is do we need some kind of an ag center, some kind of a place where we can show and tell and do what we do? Which I understand has got some new life in it. Tell me, are you involved with it?
Yes, I'm on the committee. We call ourselves the steering committee, and there are members of York School District, Clover School District, and then the community as well as 4-H that have come together to make this possible. It's been over, I think, 20 years now since we've had a county fair. The fairgrounds was sold, and there's nowhere to show livestock anymore, and there was a committee that came together and now hosts the fall livestock show for the kids. But in the past 15 years, I think it's only been in York County 2 or 3 times. They always have to go to Chester to be able to find the right location to host the shows. So York School District has kind of head up all of this and pulled us all together. We already have some seed money from the Department of Agriculture and the Department of Education, and we are moving forward with building a agricultural arena in the Hickory Grove Sharon area.
Really?
Yes.
You're that far along?
Mm-hmm. We have renderings, we have the land, and I think we're supposed to start breaking ground hopefully in the next couple of months.
No kidding. Boy. So tell me some more about this. I mean, how big a facility is this going to be?
It's a large arena, covered arena, and then the seating is 1,500 seats. With the possibility of adding another 1,000. It also has bathrooms and a kitchen, concession stand, and then an upstairs meeting space, educational facility that could host 200 people, I believe, in that area.
Interesting. So you've gotten money from the Agriculture Department, and who else?
And the Department of Education. So we have $1.25 million right now.
$1.25 million. Is that enough to do what you need to do?
It is not.
I didn't think so.
We are going to be fundraising over the next couple of months. We've also hoped that the state will also give us an additional money if they're willing. And everything right now, if you look up the Western York County Agriculture Arena, there's a website that has all the information, Q&A kind of stuff for you to look at. The renderings are up there, and then there's also some interviews from our kids and listening to them talk about why we need this.
Now, I know this has been an issue on and off before the York County Council. Is there any help from them that you know about?
Right now, they're not involved.
Okay.
But there's been definitely have to be involved a little bit with some, like they told us we were going to have to pave so many parking spots. So just the fact that our land's in the county, they're going to be involved in that way. But right now, there's nobody on county council that is in the committee.
How many acres do you have out in Hickory Grove?
They have 97 acres.
Oh, 97.
It's across from the Hickory Grove Sharon Elementary School, but our facility is set to take up about 5 of it.
5 acres. You're taking 5 of the 97.
Yes.
And the land was the land owned by one of the school districts? Or?
Yes, it was already owned by York School District.
Okay.
It was purchased many years ago, is my understanding.
I got you. Good. Well, this is great. So how much more money do you think you need to do all this?
The worst case scenario right now that we've been told is $7.4 million, but that is like giving everything that these kids are asking for all at one time. So we know that we're not going to be doing that. We know it'll probably take phases to make this happen.
Sure.
So we have a subcommittee that's working to decide like what do we have to have now and what can wait. So we don't have a final number of what we'll be trying to raise right now.
Very interesting. Well, I'm glad to see something is getting started.
Yes.
So when we get started, we're just talking about using up whatever amount of money we have, $1.25 million, and see how far it takes us. Okay. All right. So one of the things I know you teach in 4-H is organizing stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
So here's an organizer over here, Avery. So we need a whole bunch of money, like $5 or $6 million. How do you think we ought to do it? Huh? I bet you do. Think about that now.
Yeah.
See this guy over here in the black shirt? He could probably write you a check right now for about $500,000. No problem.
Rich man.
His name's Buster. But I mean, is this something you see the 4-Hers getting involved with? Is this fundraising?
Yes, they'll be involved in some ways. However, our committee feels like our kids really should be focusing on developing their own skills and maybe not so much in trying to raise $3 million. That's a lot to ask of the kids. But they have been actively involved in everything we've done. Both of the school foundation boards are also involved, so York School District's foundation and then Clover School District's foundation, and they're heavily involved in the fundraising of all of this.
How about Mr. Chicken Master over here? Don't you think he should get involved with this somehow?
Very much so, I believe so.
You're not?
I actually spoke at one of the one of the meetings for the building.
Right.
I spoke in front of, I'd say about 100 people. I don't know how many people. But I basically spoke upon what I thought, why we needed it, and the impact it would have on the community for 4-H.
So why do we need this? Explain it to.
Sir?
I mean, why do we need this? Because I think it's important for people on the urban side of the county to understand this. Why do we need it?
I think one of my biggest highlights, everybody, all the other seniors and juniors and all the other 4-Hers at the meeting, they talked about all the struggles they had with their animals. But I think one of the biggest things I highlighted was so that the future generations to come wouldn't have to deal with all this. Like Avery, she won't have to deal with it when the time comes for her to show these animals. Where me, I'll be aging out in a year by the time it's probably done or starting. Avery will have many years to do it and use it to her full extent. And I think that's one of the major things with this agriculture building being built is that it'll help all the next year comes where they don't have to face all these problems.
Okay. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure the members of your committee have not given up on trying to get dollars from the state of South Carolina and dollars from York County Council. You know, the York County Council has spent tens of thousands of dollars studying this thing over the years. I mean, I've sat in on these meetings. So I know there's an element there that would like to see this thing happen. You're just going to have to find a way to get yourself into the queue to get them to help you out somewhere.
Senator Moss and Representative Peeler, or maybe I have those backwards.
That's right.
They have been really, really great in helping us get the money that we need. They follow up with us on probably a monthly basis to see where we're at, and they feel that the support from the community and from the state is there to make this happen. So we're excited.
What's the website again?
It would be WYCAA, Western York County Agriculture Arena.org.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Kristin, you've done a great job. Gavin, nicely done. Avery, good to have you all here. A very interesting program, and that's going to wrap up our Straight Talk program live from Substation 2, Cherry Road across from Winthrop. presented by Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax here with Founders. And, of course, by Anderson Griggs Investments in Old Town Rock Hill. Common sense, intelligent advice for conservative investors. You can find out more online at andersongriggs.com. All right, one more time. We're here at Substation 2, Cherry Road across from Winthrop. We do fresh subs and salads. We do it 6 days a week. And we do it, of course, in a very special way that keeps bringing people like Buster back day after day after day. At the count of 3, are we all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Slice, slice, slice. Garden, garden, garden.
Not bad. Have yourself a wonderful day. We'll see you on the radio tomorrow. Bye.
South Carolina's most honored radio station. News Talk 100.1 WRHI Rock Hill. W261CY Rock Hill. The voice of York County.
An OTS media station.
1 hour left. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Columbia University set a 2 p.m. Eastern deadline for pro-Palestinian protesters to leave a tent encampment voluntarily and sign a commitment to follow university guidelines or face suspension.
This document said this, quote, the warning goes as this. It is important for you to know that the university has already identified many students in the encampment. If you do not identify yourself upon leaving and sign the form now, you will not be eligible to graduate and complete the semester in good standing. If you do not leave by 2 p.m., you will be suspended pending further investigation.
Fox's Brian Yanis at Columbia, where days of negotiations have ended without meeting the protesters' demands, including divestment from Israel. This as protests continue at campuses around the country right now, including the University of Wisconsin at Madison. The House is expected to vote this week on an anti-Semitism bill proposed by New York Republican Congressman Mike Lawler.
It allows the Department of Education to apply a broader definition of anti-Semitism on college campuses and then defund any schools not enforcing it. It is expected to get bipartisan support from those pro-Israel Democrats.
Fox's Aisha Hosni in D.C. At the State Department, an internal memo reviewed by Reuters shows senior officials questioning whether Israel is following international law while using U.S. supplied weapons, saying they don't find assurances credible or reliable.
Several other State Department bureaus contributing to the memo continue to support Israel's assurances, while others are not taking a position. President Biden issued a national security memorandum back in February, directing the Secretary of State to report his findings on Israel's use of U.S. supplied weapons to Congress by May 8th.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz in Washington. Secretary of State Blinken is heading back to Israel, right now visiting Saudi Arabia, to keep pushing for a Gaza ceasefire. America is listening to Fox News.
The global elites are waging a war on our financial freedom. They want to control our future through digital currencies and a cashless society. By eliminating cash, they can track every transaction, impose negative interest rates, and even freeze accounts at will. But patriots are fighting back by investing in physical gold. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon here. I believe gold is the answer. It safeguards your wealth better than any other asset. And even better, with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group, you can move your retirement savings into tangible real gold without paying taxes or penalties. Rolling over your existing IRA or 401k into physical gold could be the smartest financial move you ever make. To learn more, get your free info kit from Birch Gold by texting PROTECT to 989898. That's PROTECT to 989898. Take a stand for your financial future. Text PROTECT to 989898 right now to receive your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group.
Message and data rates may.
In the News Center, I'm Stephen Stone.
So I think this is really important for the city of York.
That is Chris White, City of York Parks and Recreation Director, talking about the grand opening of the all-new York Fitness Court at the Recreation Complex. Back in the fall of last year, City of York announced a partnership with the National Fitness Campaign to bring a court to the complex as part of the 2023 Healthy Cities campaign. It has 7 movement stations and is listed as 2,000 square feet. Christmasville has a new executive director. Her name is Gracie Waldrop. She takes the place of Allison Cleveland, who stepped down earlier this spring. Gracie explains a little bit about herself.
I was born and raised here, lived here majority of my life. I remember going to early stages of Christmasville before it was Christmasville, back when there was, you could call Santa in the Comporium Museum, and it was really fun. So I am really excited to do Christmas. I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite times of year. And now I get to talk about it every day, 365.
This year's Christmasville is set for December the 5th through the 8th.
Quiet weather across the Tri-County today. Warm weather returns, though, with lots of sunshine. The heat is back. We're in the low 80s for highs this afternoon. We'll keep the low 80s with more clouds tomorrow. A weak disturbance will touch off at least a scattered shower and storm. It's not going to rain all day, but make it a gusty downpour tomorrow afternoon. As we head our way to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we dry out again, but we start to heat up. Mid and upper 80s are back for the rest of the week. It does look like another chance for a shower or storm will come back in by the weekend. For our meteorologist Keith Monday from Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Need to repair or replace your roof after the storm? Then you need someone local and reputable. That's what you get with Merritt Roofing, plus 30 years experience and certified storm inspectors. They give back and stand by their community. Merritt Roofing brings trust and merit to your home. 803-866-3838.
The Google reviews are in at Ideal Imports West.
Some of the best gentlemen you will ever meet. Always a positive attitude. Very true to what they tell you. I recommend them to everyone looking for a car.
Ideal Imports West with a 4.7 Google review. Call 366-2890.
I'm Jeannie.
And I'm Janae with Harbor Chase on Constitution. We're placing bets that it will be a great time this Thursday, May 2nd from 4 to 6 at our Derby Days event. Enjoy a mint julep and great eats.
Plus tunes by Raymond Franklin, RSVP to Harbor Chase on Facebook.
Don't let an injury hurt your game. The MUSC Health Sports Medicine team of physicians,